Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for taking out the time to connect with me. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the home buying process step by step. We're going to move fairly quickly, but remember this is recorded, so you'll be able to come back and go through the things that you may have missed or may have forgotten. So stay tuned as we walk through the home buying process. All right, so you may have already heard me say this. When you know what's happening next in the home buying process, that helps take away some of the anxieties that you might have about the whole idea of buying a home, right? Just knowing what's happening next. All right, so the first step is you want to meet with a real estate agent. Why do you want to meet with a real estate agent first? The real estate agent is going to be the one that's giving you all of the details about the current market that you're getting ready to buy a home in. Okay, what does that mean? That agent's gonna let you know the price ranges, all right, that meet your affordability. You know, based on whatever it is that you desire, they're gonna let you know if you can afford that home, if you need to increase the amount that you're willing to spend on a home, if you need to decrease. Okay, the real estate agent is going to be the one that's going to submit and negotiate offers on your behalf. Okay, now along with that, as we go through this process, but along with that, you want to meet with a real estate agent because a real estate agent, more than likely, unless they're brand new, and even if they're brand new, more than likely that agent has a team of individuals that they work with, meaning that they have title and escrow officers or offices that they work with closely. They have inspectors that they can recommend to you. Of course, you can seek out all of these services yourself as well, all right? But they have people in place that they've worked with and are familiar with that they can recommend to you. They have lenders that they work with that they can recommend to you as well. And so the relationships that agents have built over time, it just helps with the home buying process, right? It helps keep you at ease. They know how these individuals work, and these individuals know how your prospective real estate agent works. So it's best to sit down, meet with a real estate agent first. They're going to give you the understanding of the current market that you're getting ready to enter into, and then they have these resources provided for you. Okay, step number two in the home buying process, you want to meet with a lender. All right, a lender, loan officer. And why do we say a lender versus a big bank? Well, the benefit of working with a lender is they're available, right, generally 7 days a week. Some may, take a day off or whatnot, and they have specific hours, but they're available. So let's say it's the weekend and this home is not going to last over the weekend. If you find this home is a really good fit and it's the weekend, then the agent can reach out to that lender and you and that agent can request a pre-approval letter. You can't do that with a big bank. All right, so what the lender is going to be asking you for, they're going to be asking you for your 2-year tax returns. Most are 2 years of tax returns. There's some other options out there that are a lot more flexible, but they're definitely going to ask for your tax return. You're going to need W-2s and bank statements, all right? And that's to provide proof of income or proof where your funds are coming from. All right, so just be prepared for them to get all up in your business. You got to understand this is one of the largest purchases that you're going to be making, and you're asking them for a home loan, and so they need all that information from you. So don't be afraid and don't be hesitant to provide the lender with all of your personal information as they ask, because the underwriter is going to look at all of these documents that you're submitting and all of this information that you're submitting to determine how worthy you are, or to determine how much you qualify for, and to determine if you qualify. So that's key. First, meet with your agent, and then that agent's going to direct you to a lender And certainly you can choose a lender of your own liking. All right, so what's going to happen after you meet with that lender, you're going to know, number one, either how much you qualify for, or number two, you'll learn what it is that you need to do to get to where you can qualify for a home loan. The next step in the home buying process is after you're pre-approved, because having the funds to go shop and knowing how much money or buying power, you might hear some agents say, but knowing how much money you have to spend, that's going to determine the success of your home buying experience. Correct? Correct. All right. So after you get pre-approved, then you will begin to go shopping. Now this here, you're shopping. While you're shopping for homes, or how you're going to go about shopping for homes, you do want to work closely with your agent. And I know this here is kind of, you have so many options, right? So what I'm getting at is that there's so many apps, so many websites out there. You probably already has started shopping online, right? The average buyer these days, they begin their shopping online. But what that agent is going to do, more than likely, is send you an invite to their branded app. You probably get you plugged in their CRM, and then send you homes based on the criteria that you're looking for and based on the dollar amount that you qualify to purchase a home in, right? And so you're going to begin shopping. You're going to begin shopping. Now, what you want to do is you want to pick out at least 2 homes, right? So you're going to get homes sent to you. You're going to be sending homes to the agent, right? And the best thing to do is just communicate, right? Communicate what it is that you like about the homes that were sent to you, and what is it that you don't like, so that the agent can know how to refine your search to help really just trim things down to find that home that you're looking for. Now, once you find a home or homes that you would like to go and see, you simply just let the agent know, right? Generally, you want to pick out 2 of your top homes. I could really go into detail about this, but pick 2 of your top homes, and then the agent will pick at least 1 of their choice that they think is a good fit for you. All right. Now, depending on the market, when you find those 2 top homes, you probably want to do a drive-by through the neighborhood. Drive by, take a look at the home to make sure it's really worth your while, right? But this market is very competitive. So every decision, well, this market, by the time you watch this, we may be in a different type of market. So let me say it like this. In a very competitive market, you want to be very decisive about your home choosing, right? In a market that is a little less competitive, you have a little more time to make a decision. But every decision you make in the home buying process, you must be decisive about it. Okay, that's what's going to get you in contract and into contract, and that's what's going to get you to the closing table. So you pick your 2 homes. The agent will pick 1 home for you. So you got 3 homes. Set up some time to go out and to take a look at the houses, right? Now you want to be flexible with your time. You want to be ready at the drop of a hat to go out and to take a look at these homes. Okay, so once you find that home that you really like, don't be afraid. Make an offer on it. Let the agent know, okay, let's go ahead and make an offer on it. All right. Now, when you're browsing these homes, number one, first and foremost, you want to look for what it is that you need, right? How many bedrooms do you need? How many bathrooms do you need, right? How much square footage do you need, right? So think about that as you go through each and every home. And then you can start looking at, okay, what it is that you want. And then you also want to keep in mind what it is that you're willing to compromise on. Because number one, the goal is to get to close, right? And to go along with that, you want to make sure that you get into the home. Once you get into the home starts looking different. You're able to move things around. You're able to set the home up to your liking, to your comfortability, right? And if you want to do any additions, any upgrades or anything like that, you're able to do those things after you move into the home, or if you want to be there for a couple of years and then think about upgrading or whatever it is. Number one, you want to move in the home. So let the agent know this one is worth putting an offer in on. All right. Now, after your offer is submitted, it has to be accepted. Once your offer is accepted, you are officially in contract. All right. So once you're officially in contract, these are the things that you want to do right away. Once you're officially in contract, right away, you want to set up your home inspection. Okay? You want to set up your home inspection. So however long that inspection period is that you set from the time that you get in the contract to the time that you need to have the inspection, review the inspection report from the inspector, and then let the agent know what it is that you may want to request to be repaired, to be fixed, or if you totally approve with the inspection. Between that time frame and your response to the seller, you have to have everything completed. So if it's 5 days, you have to have your inspection, you have to look at the report, and you have to give your response within 5 days. All right. So get your inspection scheduled immediately after you are officially in contract. Sometimes I was thinking about mutual acceptance. It means you're officially in contract. All right. The second thing that you want to do right away is deliver your earnest money deposit. All right. Your earnest money deposit, it is a deposit. Those are your funds. And really it's just showing the seller that you are serious about purchasing this home. All right. The larger the earnest money deposit is, the more serious you look to the seller, the more you stand out. All right. So the earnest money deposit, you want to have that delivered to the escrow company, which is a third party company. Think of it like a bank. They handle all the money. You want to have those funds delivered to the escrow company within 24 to 48 business hours after mutual acceptance, or after you've been in contract. So banking days, okay? All right, 24 to 48 hours. And how can you do that? You can wire the earnest money deposit. You can write a check to the escrow company. You can and some might allow you to have a money order, but make sure it's from your bank. All right, you can deliver that yourself, or you can meet with the agent and have the agent drop it off at the escrow office for you. All right, perfect. So then the next step, and we're just assuming that inspection has been satisfied, right? No need to go back and forth. But if you need to go back and forth, you've gone back and forth. But however, inspection has been satisfied. So after your inspection is satisfied, meaning that both you and the seller agree on the inspection response, whatever the negotiation is within that response, then you guys are agreed upon inspection, and inspection is satisfied. And so then you'll move to the next step. The next step is to let the lender know it is okay to order appraisal. All right. Now, most lenders don't have you pay for appraisal until closing. All right. Some might have you pay up front. So this is another out-of-pocket expense, or upfront out-of-pocket expense, just like the inspection and your earnest money deposit. All right, so appraisal, and appraisal usually ranges between about $700 to $800, but your lender will let you know what that cost will be. All right, so the appraiser, they're going to come out, they're going to appraise the home. They're going to set the value on the home. They want to make sure that the home is structurally sound and structurally safe. All right, and that the home meets the minimal lender requirements for a home purchase, and that is depending upon or contingent upon the type of home loan that you have, whether that's a FHA, USDA, VA, or conventional. Okay, and so the appraiser comes out, sets the value of the home, and this is a really good scenario because it's actually it depending on the market. I'll say depending on the market. It's a really, I don't know how to put it. It's really highlighted. It's really highlighted within the home buying process. So say the appraiser comes out and they set the value on the home. You agreed to purchase the home at $450,000, but the appraiser comes out and appraises the home and says the home is only worth $440,000, looking at or comparably to the market. So what do you do next? You can either walk away, get your earnest money back. You can reach out to the seller through your agent, of course, and see if they're willing to reduce the agreed to purchase price down to the appraised value, or you can pay the difference between the appraised value and your agreed to purchase price. All right. After you have made it past the appraisal, then the next thing is really you just want to make sure that you're staying on top of all of your financials. You want to make sure that you're staying in connection with your agent. You want to make sure you're staying in communication and connection with your lender as well. All right. And so from that time period up to about the time for your final walkthrough, everyone's going to be in contact with you, whether that's escrow, title, your agent, or your lender, right? And there's a lot of people that have their hands working on your file to get this thing to close. All right, so they might need some updated information from you. They might need you to verify some income or some other information. You might have to end up paying off a bill that you didn't think you had to pay off or didn't know you had to pay off, but it's all about communication. All right, so at least 3 days before closing, you want to do your final walkthrough. Now, your final walkthrough, really, you and the agent are just going through the home to make sure it is at least in the same condition it was in when you first went through the home. Now, if you and the seller agreed to certain things being repaired, so on and so on, then you're also making sure that those repairs have been completed. All right. In some cases, if those repairs were requested as a need be in order to close, you want to make sure those repairs have been completed so that you guys can close on time. All right. Now, I always share as well, once you're approved for your home loan, do not touch your credit. Leave everything as is and follow the direction of your lender when it comes to credit. All right. So no refinancing your vehicle, no additional credit cards unless you've been instructed to. Okay. No going out purchasing. Let me back up. Even purchasing a vehicle outright, don't do it. Just wait, because they still might need to check your credit. So you don't want to touch your credit at all. All right. No zero down on furniture, bed sets, none of that stuff. No zero down on sofa, no zero down on appliances. Do not touch your credit. I can't stress it enough. And your lender will stress it and stress it and stress it and stress it and stress it, because that could be the difference between you closing and you not closing. That can be the difference of you qualifying for your qualified home loan amount to you end up not being able to qualify for that same amount before a lesser amount. So just leave your credit alone. All right. The other thing that you want to keep in mind as well, if you have any vacations scheduled out of state, out of country, or anything like that, please let the agent know up front. Let everyone know that you're working with up front so that everyone will know how to accommodate you when it comes to closing if you are not in state or if you're out of the country when it comes time for closing. So we need to know those things ahead of time. All right. But if you do not have any vacation scheduled, then don't schedule any until after closing. Just don't do it. All right. It just makes the process easier. All right. So then what's going to happen after you get to clear to close? from the lender, from underwriting, and all those great people. After you get declared to close, then escrow will reach out to you. Your escrow officer that you're working with, they'll reach out to you to set up your signing appointment. And I know that you've seen those pictures online on social media of people sitting down signing, and they got the big old folder, and they're smiling, and their agent is there, and they're at the title and escrow company. They're gonna reach out to you to set up your signing appointment. They'll reach out to the sellers to set up their separate signing appointment, depending on what state you're in. Here in Washington, everyone does their signing appointments separately. All right, now after you sign those documents, please don't touch your credit. Don't do anything, all right? Because you're not officially closed yet, all right? After you sign, then those same documents that you signed have to get back to the escrow officer, and they'll get those to your lender, and then everything will be submitted to the county for closing. Now, you're not officially the homeowner until those recording numbers come back, and it's really just saying that everything has been signed, sealed, and delivered, and it is official. You are now officially the homeowner of that home. But wait, before you call the moving trucks and everything, you can't move in just yet. You have to make sure that the seller is moved completely out. And here in Washington State, the seller has until 9 p.m. of closing day to be moved out. Usually they're moved out a lot earlier. I mean, everybody wants the same thing, right? Everybody wants this deal to happen, and to happen as quickly as possible. But sometimes the seller needs a little time, okay? And there are other scenarios where the seller may request a little extra time in the home after closing, and really that's something to go over with the agent. I just want to go over the basics here. But by 9 p.m., the seller has to be moved out of the home. And that is when you officially are able to get the keys. Your agent is going to go to that key box, get those keys, and deliver those keys to you. Generally, you guys will meet at the property, take your pictures and, exchange gifts and hugs and high fives and pounds and all that good stuff. And now you're officially the homeowner. So make sure you follow these steps. Make sure you work closely with everyone that you're working with on the home buying process. It can be like a roller coaster, but remember, the goal is to get to close, okay? If you forgot something, if you missed something, or you need to refresh, just go back, replay this video. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe so that you're alerted every time that I upload a new video. If you have any questions, for me, you have my contact information down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.